Mm-hmm.
Okay, so moving on through the title update 6 cycle, Pavilion. Um, Pretty much, I think the biggest difference is more pressure down low, like at bow. Now I play on Pavilion. I've always played sniper. I always play up top, usually snipe. And Dan is one of the best torque bows in the game, if not the. So he plays bow. So we're both on our power. I'm on my power weapon trip on Pavilion. Pavilion's my favorite map because I usually get sniper more than any other map, and I love it. It's like so much fun. So, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
sure you have the same amount. Blood drive you get bow a lot, but on Pavilion, you have that opportunity to play with your favorite weapon. Um,
Yeah.
you see down low because I immediately run up top no matter what. So what do you see down low as like now?
I see a lot of three or four-player pushes down low. What they'll do is they'll use the smoke grenades, even though they don't down you and throw you across the map anymore. They'll use them as a shield so that the opposing team can't actually see you pushing, and they'll be on our L bags way before I even know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
The host will move up to statue and cross just like they did before if they push 3 or 4 down low. And 2 people will push your L bags with shotguns, and as powerful as they are, if you try to back up, you're getting downed.
Right.
If you try to back up to the mortar steps, you're getting down. Um, the thing that has changed on that with the smoke grenades now, since you can't down people, I can't stop the initial push. They're going to grab torque bow on their good side, unless if I try to match it, which fighting a 2v1 is not an ideal situation in Gears of War 2
Mm-mm.
with the update.
Especially not now. Yeah. So like up top, we still kind of run the base 2 up. So Cubano, who plays host, comes up with me, and I'm usually front spawn. He's slower, but
Mm-hmm.
if they're doing 4 down, I mean, he'll go back to corner and he'll have his host lancer there, or off host lancer, whatever. But at least he's there. And since I'm front spawn and, my teammate, I'm dependent on the call out. They're pushing, 3 or 4 out. I'm going to flank up top. I'm not going to go into snipe pit. I flank up top and go around their side, and, I have lancer fire, and hopefully, we're at the point where we can be crossing. Sometimes if I don't see anything, I'll move up in my shotgun to statue and start flanking. That, I think, is the best counter to it. I don't think there's enough time for me to roll back, but the fact that I can flank. Um, but yeah, if it does end up being like the same Pavilion that we're familiar with, long matches and power weapon trade-offs, I'll grab sniper. I really like to hit the inside. There's a little hill in the snipe pit, and I can snipe down at L bags, and it's really fun when you catch somebody like that. You've seen it if you watch my stream. You see me do it every time I'm in there. Like, Gabe, watch my back for a second. Let me shoot down. But it's still like the same. Take your time, throw an ink. Ink out the stairs and work the power weapon, and that element's the same there. But at the jump off, like more pressure down at torque bow, and that's just because the shotgun's that much more powerful. Like, let's send 4 people with our ridiculous shotgun low. So that's pretty much how Pavilion is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next map on the
Yeah.
cycle would be River. So going on to River, same thing, shotgun strength and smokes. Counter on bad side, which is Locust side, would be to throw smokes at the boom shot to get someone down, and then ink them so that they'd be stuck on your side of mid, or be down in the inks, smoke down the inks. Now you don't have that ability anymore, so it's pretty much either a shotgun fest on mid, where both teams are trying to battle it out for that power weapon, or you have teams that sit back and cross and completely give up the weapon because they don't want to pretty much push that and risk losing the round, losing the match. So River before was a slow map, still is a slow map. Smoke has, or not having the smoke grenade has changed the map up a little bit on the initial pushes,
Mm-hmm.
but for the same, it's pretty much the same map for the
Yeah.
most part.
I mean, it can be a little faster by round, like just based off that initial push. But
Hmm.
because a lot of people are pushing with their shotguns, like on bad side, your opposition is going to try to hit your L bags. So I should say this from the offensive really. On on bad side, what we would do is whoever has front spawn, like out of me and Dan, because someone else grabs ink and Gabe usually runs tower. So out of me and Dan, whoever has front spawn, we try to hit our sandbag because there's going to be one guy that's bum rushing our sandbag to get that first pop shot, and if you can get there first, you'll have a solid L trigger on him. The second guy can usually like roll onto mid, but teams have been sending like 3 guys to mid bridge with their shotties out just to get that boom. So another like a good strat on bad side is for us to sit back with our lancer, just focus the guy that picks it up, and hope that ink does the work. Have somebody flank underneath low. Good side is really fun. I really actually talking about pavilion. I think the boom shot's probably my favorite weapon to run. I'm really crackhead for boom on river, and on good side it's like front guy hits the opposite sandbag, and the second guy picks up boom, and it's so risky. I mean, people get downed all the time, and we just really rely. Dan and I really rely on picking each other up. It's like get me up, get me up. We'll go down to 2 downs each, but as long as we get out with the boom shot, we did what we had to do. You know.
Hmm. Yeah.
I usually like picking up boom and hitting like their pocket, like just being really aggressive with it, hitting their like right where their sandbags are and the car and the pillar. And there's so many cool like intricate boom shot kills you can get on that map by hitting pillars and looking over ledges, and it's just a really fun weapon to be in charge of on that map. So yeah, for the most part, river remains the same as boom shot runs the game. You could have 3 people alive that have the boom. The team with 4 may just sit on their ass because the boom is that powerful on that map. So I think it keeps those elements still.
Hmm.
So security's changed a little bit for us. I don't know if it's just because we're having more fun now with Title Update 6, but I don't know. We kind of have a new strat on bad side. Or, yeah, bad side, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we rushed 4 out. Some people used to do this. The smokes on security it was a cool team map before, because mid room used to be like the prominent spot, and it's still very important. But right, so where did you used to play on security?
I
It's
used
been
to
a while.
play up top.
Yeah,
Back in when we were playing on the circuit.
yeah,
I loved taking that mid room, and I still remember to this day playing against High Distortion at WCG
yeah.
and killing him every round on his host.
I had a good memory at security too when we were retaliation MLG Columbus tied 3-3, and I think you picked me
Yeah.
up, and I don't know, I never got 3 shotgun
You got
kills
3v1.
that quickly. It didn't even make any sense. I just was shooting, but for whatever, that was great. But yeah, so like security used to be like, you'd send like 2 down, and those guys would throw their smokes like up into the room to try to down the opponents, and then you would like push across and try to capitalize. Like it's changed so much. Now it's like front spawn, shotgun, go, right? So, but on bad side, we like to send 4 out because the right hand advantage that people have up top is just insane. Bad side is, if anyone's not too familiar with it, we've been saying bad and good side. Bad side is like the locust spawn, usually the red spawn. That's the bad side. Most of the positions of the fighting spots are not right hand advantage oriented, so they're considered bad. And some places you don't get as fast as a power weapon, so it's considered, bad spawn. But yeah, so we've been running 4 down on bad side. Get Dan bow. The opposite team usually doesn't do that right away, so we'll get away with it a couple rounds. And when they do it, it's a 4v4 down low, and that's fine. Like it's the same thing. So we either get the bow, we get out, we try to reclaim our side before they get across, or we match them 4-4 or something, and that's no big deal. Like we'll just we'll back up. So that works out well. And good side's really fun. So explain like what we're doing on good side on security.
Well, right now what we're doing on good side and security is we're having 3 players go up top, 1 player play down low. Pretty much the front spawn is going to take the room and is going to try and push up their side to get the initial shot. The second spawn is going to go into the room with the first person, and they're going to trade off.
Mm-hmm.
Each person's going to take a shot and try and get it down on the guy that's in the room, and the last player is going to watch the hallway and watch the push that's going to come down the hallway, or land to them as they're trying to leave the room and get some downs. Yeah,
so it's interesting that the 3 players that go up there, the front 2 spawns are going to hit that room, and it's like you're sharing your life pool with your teammate. Like those front 2 guys, like if you play it right, you suddenly have double the HP, in one guy, double the hit points. Because that front guy, will hit that wall, he'll get that first left, right-hand advantage shot. He'll take a shot. He's going to get hit back, but he's going to roll back, and I'm going to relieve you. So it's a bait and switch. It's you take a hit, you shoot, roll back, get your health up. I'll go in there, Dan. I'll take the shot, and we're weakening them as we're regenerating our health and moving back and forth, and it's pretty cool. So the back guy watches the flank and makes sure that we don't get flanked as we're doing this. And if they do a 4 out, someone will look down, someone will watch hallway, and you just play it from there. I don't know that torque bow is definitely, you want to grab it when you can. Sniper doesn't see much plays still, just because lasers, it's tough to get it going there. But mid room, it's where the fight usually happens. It's fun.
It's good.
So yeah, looking at Gears 3 and I don't, honestly, like the glitches, I don't really see anything yet. It's just like the hit detection in Gears, the beta anyway, from what we played and what we saw at MLG Rally, the hit detection was there, and that's really what I'm most excited about. I mean, how many times you snipe somebody in the bandana, you snipe somebody in the helmet, and nothing. You chunk somebody in Gears 2. It's a broken game, and it's frustrating, and it's a love-hate relationship that I think we all have.
Yeah, I have to agree.
So, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much for that reason we're looking forward to Gears 3.
Absolutely. And we wanted to put this content out because, frankly, no one's really going to care about Title Update 6 strategy, once Gears 3 hits. But we thought it's been interesting because it's something that, we would have really never played if we weren't so excited to play Gears 3. And, the game that, we play competitively has changed, but you have to adapt. So whatever Gears of War 3 brings, whatever power weapons are going to be played on MLG, whatever the battlefield is going to be, it's going to be even on both sides. Both teams are going to, have to deal with the same weapons, the same maps, the same, hopefully not glitches, but whatever. And, you just have to make it and take it for what it is and just evolve and adapt. I mean, I think successful teams will adapt. Looking at Halo right now, I want to say Instinct, I think that's right, is on a ridiculous winning streak, like 40-something in one games, and they've adapted to Halo Reach. It's a new game, and that's what it's all about. New elements, new weapons, and adapting. And you'll see the successful teams make it across the different versions. So, well, I think we'll wrap it up there with Title Update 6 discussion. Thank you guys for tuning in. RawTalentGaming.com. This is Immortal Spawn, and
Zero.
appreciate you guys. Check back.